Hey, everybody. Justin here again, church planting strategist for the Louisville Regional Baptist Association, and this is Church Planting Tuesday. Today, I wanted to zoom out a little bit and show you a bigger picture of the city of Louisville. If you've been watching the post over the last few weeks, you know that we have identified 5 areas of the city that we call high priority areas. And I've told you a little bit about all those areas, showed you those areas on the map, and asked you to pray that God would bring new churches and raise up church planters and sending churches to plant churches in these high priority areas of the city. And the high priority areas of the city have been identified as high priority areas mainly because of the church to population ratio. We've got big pockets of population, but very, very few gospel preaching churches in an area. And so we identify that as an area where we need more churches. Today, what I want to do is zoom out and show you that all of these high priority areas are really connected to one another. So we've got a pretty big chunk of the city where we need more churches, that's less church or de-churched, if you will. So I'm going to share my screen again and show you our map that we have of all of our churches plotted here. And again, you can find this map on our website, lrba.org. And you can find it. You can find it there and look at it if you want to. But really, this area right here is where all of these high priority areas are. So right here is what we call the north of Broadway area, which we've identified it as an area that needs new churches, 2 LRBA churches for 16,500 people. And then you've got right here the Greater Highlands area, that extends down this way, which is connected to the north of Broadway area. Greater Highlands area, we have 5 LRBA churches and 38,000 people, almost 39,000 people. Out of those 5 LRBA churches, 3 of them are located right here in this one spot. This is where Bethany Baptist Church is located. And then over here, connected to the Highlands area, is what we call the Greater St. Matthews area right here. So the Greater St. Matthews area is 35,000 people and 2 LRBA churches. And then on the other side of the Highlands, we have this area this is the Hikes Point area, 29,000 people that live here and 1 LRBA church here. And then over here on this end, on the other side of the Greater St. Matthews area, this is what we call the 42 corridor area. The 42 corridor area, where we have 38,000, almost 40,000 people there, and 2 LRBA churches. So all of these areas are connected to each other. And so what that means is it's not really just one high priority area that's kind of isolated and all the other surrounding areas have a great number of churches, but we have a pretty big chunk of the city where all of these areas are connected, where the church to population ratio is frankly too small, and we just need more churches, more healthy churches, more gospel preaching churches in these areas, so that these areas can be saturated more with gospel ministry and gospel proclamation and disciple making. So what I want you to see is that Louisville has some great churches. We have some healthy churches. We're so thankful for the work that the Lord has done in the city of Louisville. But the reality is we don't have enough churches, and we need more churches. And these are our 5 top priority areas, but there are other parts of the city that I could show you where we would like to see more churches. I mean, I'm even looking at the map here for the Anchorage Middletown area, and I see an empty spot there where we certainly have a large chunk of population, and we need a church there. I'm looking at the Pee Wee Valley area. Would love to have a church over there. So we could go on and on and on about spots in the city where we need a greater saturation of gospel churches, gospel proclamation, and disciple making. So again, will you pray for the city? The city of Louisville, the Louisville region needs more churches. And so pray for church planters, that God would raise up workers for the field. Pray for sending churches that would raise up leaders and send them out and send out church planting teams. and maybe even send out evangelistic teams to go out and start evangelistic Bible studies in different parts of the city. Pray for the folks who live in these high priority areas. I'm convinced that we have Christians in all of these parts of town. We can just kind of build these partnerships together to see churches started and gospel works happening in all these neighborhoods where we need more churches. So just pray for the city, pray for us as we try to serve and strategize and encourage each other to plant churches and to see greater gospel work in the city. If you ever have a question or you want to talk with me about what it looks like to plant a church in the Louisville area or in any one of these high priority areas, if you're interested in church planting at all, I would like to talk with you. And you can email me at justin@lrba.org. That's justin@lrba.org. And I'd love to talk with you more. So thanks for praying. May the Lord bless you today.